This is big leagues. They're going well. It's like a inter squad. Kumar Rocker's going to pitch, and so is John Gray.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. You know if any of the retired guys are hanging around, just staff position kind of stuff, or
What do you mean, like
Elvis or Fudge? Or,
I don't think they're here yet. You know, Elvis is going to be doing the. Sorry, I'm trying to get this out. Yeah, Elvis is doing TV.
oh, yeah. Okay.
So he's going to be.
Gotta work.
So he'll probably come out next week when they start all the TV games.
Okay. That should be interesting to see him doing television.
He's going to be doing pre and post.
Okay. That should be fun.
Let's see. It wouldn't let me do it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get the camera set. Sorry. Bear with me, guys. It wouldn't let me do it in landscape, so I'm having to do it up and down, and I can't get my tripod set. So we are going to have Josh Smith's going to be hitting over here too. We're going to have John Grace going against Kumar. And I think they're going to go about 3 innings. Everybody see that okay? Hey, bear with me, guys. I'm going to try to set this up a little better so my tripod can just stand there. So you get to look at my pretty face for a sec. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wing it. Gray's on the mound. There we go. That's better. That's how I'm catching. Okay. That's John Gray.
Yeah, he's the one that did that.
Yeah.
They don't carry signs, just run to them like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, DeGrom is pitching today. Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rained out yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was hoping, like, hopefully they didn't just cancel his start.
30 to 35 pitches.
Oh,
No.
it's good enough. That's what, 10 strikeouts?
But
10
Langston's
strikeouts?
playing for the first time.
Oh, yes. Lankers is first game. Oh, foul balls.
Kids over there.
Is Hine catching? Yeah.
Did he shave his hair?
He cut his hair?
Yeah, he cut it. Or his beard también.
Cut it.
We're finally set, guys. I can let go of it now.
Oh. Oh. I don't honestly really see that.
Javier, you want to stand over here?
No, hold on.
One away.
You're center here.
No. ¿Con quién andaba el last? Oh, right here?
It's Jock Peterson. I'll just give y'all a little bit of who's going to. I'm not going to yell in front of everybody, but that's Peterson batting now. Again, I'm sorry about the beginning of this, trying to get it all set up. They wouldn't take it landscape. I had to do vertical, so. That's true, Gala, because it's just kind of propped right now.
I know, I was trying to cover you.
I don't know Japanese.
All right, Josh Smith now.
Yeah.
The what? Oh, yeah. He played there yesterday. Oh, he's done it today.
Base hit. Go watch yesterday's Bochy's press conference. That was addressed some about the bullpen and lighter. That's Zeke, guys. Zeke Duran. These are all the guys that aren't playing in the A game today or out here taking swings. You guys can ask your questions if you got them. Hey, Gus, I saw your question about Kumar. He's pitching, it's him against Gray. So once they get 3 outs here, Kumar's pitching in this game right here. Okay, so now it's Kumar. That's the end of the inning. That was asked this morning. If you guys go watch today's post press conference with Boch this morning, Duran, there's a lot of positions. I don't know. So it's possible Duran starts out in AAA. I don't know. There's not enough spots. You've got some interesting names that have a chance. Like Pilar's been playing real well too, but that's a good question. But right now they can't answer it. Got to see how the rest of the spring goes. Sorry.
You do a podcast?
Yeah, I'm with DLLS Sports, and we're doing live right now just for this B game. We can't do it because we're not allowed by MLB, but I've got people. Cody's going to make the team. Kumar will start out in AAA. That's not official, but that's what Cody will make the team no matter what. think the biggest competition now is probably Cody and Leiter, who I think both make the team. One of them will be rotation and one of them will be a long man. This is Ornelas. Pretty sure Kumar and both going to go 3 innings here, or 3 up downs they call them if they have to roll it. So Sebastian was already demoted by the time we got here Monday night. So I've only got to see him take a little infield at back. I mean, he always looks good doing that, but he hasn't. He came in and played a couple. He came in late in some games and didn't really get anything hit to him.
Well, because where his parents play is like an hour south of Goodyear, and we're 20 minutes north of Goodyear. So
That's Daniel Cuevo there. It was a good play.
Yeah, it is.
He's taking shots and hit a ball. I thought he was fatter.
I think he slimmed up.
Slimmed down. Yeah, he's got in shape for a season.
I want to see. I want to see what the shape change. You know, like Laura Spears, the change.
I'll try to get some numbers later, but that's some gas right there.
I guess Kyle is going to catch the Major League game today. It was Kumar. Wow.
He's going 3 innings, or
Okay.
they call them up downs.
About 60 pitches or so? Or?
Well, what it is,
50?
it's like if he struggles, they may just end the
Oh,
inning,
okay.
and then they call it an up down, so he goes and sits down like between an inning and comes back out again. Yeah, but they might stop him. They might stop a game just in the middle of an inning and go, okay, we're going to stop it. Everybody switch, because it's not. It's just a inter squad game.
Let's get everybody practicing.
Yeah. See, Peterson batted last in half
I saw,
inning.
he's coming back up.
He's coming up again, so they're
See,
just throwing
I
it.
would not have recognized if I see someone walk around without his jersey. I wouldn't have recognized him.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought he looks like.
And we got Kumar versus Jock Peterson. This will be interesting.
These are great seats. It's free.
Barnhart's catching. Oh. I'm live right now.
Can you hear us?
They can probably hear you talking if you can.
Yeah. I'll watch my language.
Yeah. It's all right. I've got it on not for kids, so if you let one fly, they're not, nobody's going to come yank it off.
Can't imagine saying anything before.
We had Church on yesterday on the show. He's got a chance to maybe break this year, more so than Teodo, who I think is going to. They're trying to keep as a starter, but Church has a chance to break with the team. There may be look, there's 6 spots that are already taken. There's 2 definitely to look at. So whether they're going to go with 2 long guys or maybe 1 leverage guy, it could be Church. I don't know. He'll be in the big leagues this year for sure.
I think by the end of the season, Kyoto is our closer.
That's a good. That's not a bad bet. I wouldn't bet you that was not true. I wouldn't bet against it.
Well, I just chased his autograph, so I hope it works out.
Yeah.
He's our-
Kyoto's looked amazing, but they right now they're still kind of although he's been coming in and doing. It'll be interesting. Watch him at AAA. If he's never pitched back-to-back days,
But
stuff like that.
he wants to be a starter, though. That's why he
Well,
wants. Yeah.
he wants to be in the big leagues.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Jack Leiter's dealing with right now. Jack Leiter's like, I'll do whatever. I don't know, Harry. He's had pretty good control so far this spring.
You haven't gotten to the point where you need reading glasses yet?
I probably should get checked. Every once in a while something gets blurry. I'm like, this is different.
You have to hold it.
Yeah. Vision is one of the things that one of the good genes I got, I guess.
I'm wearing, because they're technically bifocals, but they're called progressives. They can't tell they're bifocals, but that's why I had to wear that.
I've never had to worry about vision, but I probably need to get started.
It happens to everybody. Are they going to let Pablo bat?
Who?
Pablo Guerrero? I want to see him swing bat. Swing first.
Yeah. Sure, everybody will get in at bat. It's just the
Yeah.
big leaguers
Get priority.
They
yeah.
get priority.
Yeah. I want to see him swing bat. And he's a lot bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah. They're all bigger than you think they are. You can't even imagine.
Yes, so far I got Guerrero's autograph.
The Rangers aren't big on going out and signing free agent closers. You know, that's Neftali was a starter. They turned into a closer. That might be the Teodo route right there. So if you start seeing him in AAA pitch back to back to back 1-inning games at the back end, that's when you'll know what the plan is. Nick Ahmed might make the team.
Is there a spot for him?
He's-
Because I assume Duran's still on the team and Smith's on the team. I can't imagine a spot for
Well,
him.
they'd have to make a 40-man move to put him on there, but Duran has options, so he could go to
You think
AAA.
Duran gets set down and
I don't know. Nick Ahmed sitting on the end of your bench. He's leading the team in home runs right now. Duran's got way more upside, but the problem is
he doesn't get the
he's
advance?
not going to get the at bats,
Yeah.
and you need a guy. It's like that's why Jankowski was so popular. He just sat out. He knew his job.
Yeah. Well, I think Duran knew his job, but what happens when you sit on the bench for a couple weeks at a time?
Yeah.
It's hard to.
If you don't get in a game for 7 days, you don't want that with your young kid.
Right.
Ahmed's used to that.
That's-
You know,
yeah, that's
a
a good point,
defensive
yeah.
replacement. He can play defense late. It's just something to watch.
It's a tough decision.
It is. Bochy was
Because
talking.
Ahmed can't
Bochy
play-
been talking about how tough.
Well, he can't play any outfield, right?
He can. Actually, he can. He's never played center, but he's played both corners.
Okay.
All right, Gray, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Duran's not the only one that misses a slider low and away. All right, Kumar, 2. Kumar is a big boy.
That's an intimidating presence on the mound right there.
He is a big boy. His dad's a football coach.
Yeah. Well, a tight end too. Right?
Yeah. I asked Kumar a couple days ago. I said, "Did he ever get you? Did your dad ever get you to play football?" He goes, "I was a defensive end." He goes, "I was playing." He goes, "But I was too afraid of breaking my fingers. I couldn't pitch." I said, "Well, looks like you made the right move, isn't it?" I saw DLLS this morning in the clubhouse. He looks good. I know they're taking precautions because he's felt a little something, but he was all laughs, giggles, and having a lot of fun.
Elvis is going to be a part of the television series. Elvis is going to be a part of the television series.
He's going to be doing pre and post game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long has he been out of baseball now?
He retired the end last year.
Yeah.
He retired, so he's going to enter the Texas Rangers Hall of Fame this year, this summer.
Actually, he retired 2 years ago. Last year, he
tried. He was on. I saw his name on.
Because he was at the All-Star break. He came and coached the Futures game.
But he hadn't officially. He didn't play last year, but he hadn't retired yet.
Yeah, but and then he officially retired. And all right, this is Josh Smith versus Kumar Rocker. My guess right now is that between Evan and did you say Evan and Leote? I think Leote's probably the fourth outfielder. Evan's the starter. You know, depending on how he hits lefties, if there's a platoon situation. But Leote doesn't hit. You know, I know he's a switch hitter, but he doesn't hit lefties well, even from the right side. But Leote will make the team. He's going to make the team if he's still here, for sure. I think that then you have to look. He'll be the fourth outfielder. I think Evan's the one they're going to try to get more. He hit Smith. No, he hit him.
Yeah. But I think instead of taking the base, he's just going to go ahead and.
Now they're going to put somebody out there.
Yeah. He's not going to run the bases. I guess none of them were running bases, right?
Oh, I see. Maddox is back. He just became a grandpa. He's been away for the last few days.
Rocker's getting a little wild.
Pilar has a chance to make this team. That's the if they bring Pilar, then that's when I think Duran's the odd man out. If Pilar ends up making this team. They've got Corniel, who they can move to the 60-day IL, which would open up the 40-man spot for Pilar.
Seems a little hot.
Called that a strike?
Yeah.
Oh. You can't
Challenge here.
can't challenge here. That looked a little high.
Oh.
That's foul.
I'm not used to having these good seats. Can't tell.
I'm in the media and I don't get these good seats. We're way up there. We're higher than
Really?
at the ballpark. We counted. There's 12 rows that are higher than us in the whole stadium.
What do you do?
I'm with DLLS Sports. I co-host a weekly podcast with Jeff Wilson, and then Jeff does a daily podcast with John Radican.
Okay.
So Jeff and I have had our show for about 4 years now. We used to be with Rangers Today. Are y'all going to the big game today?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see DeGrom. I want to see that.
Is he officially starting today? Or?
He is starting. He's going to, Bochy said he's going to go 30, 35 pitches. That might be 1-2 innings.
Because I didn't know when they canceled last night's game.
Yeah,
they just had him throw some bullpen.
He had they knew the weather was bad yesterday, so Boch said yesterday's press conference. He said, if the weather, it looks like it's supposed to hold up, but if it doesn't, they're gonna. If it doesn't hold up, they'll just bump him. That's what they said. They'll bump him today. So everyone kind of knew if the weather didn't hold up, they'd move him to today. We appreciate that, Harry. I agree, Harry, with Pilar, because he's if Evan is struggling against lefties, that's your solution. Then you platoon Evan and Pilar. You got your lefty righty battle. Because Pilar hits left-handers. Josh Smith's on deck, so don't worry about it. Hey, awful. Yeah, you got to remember that I don't think Osuna's on the 40-man. So you would have to make a 40-man move. But look, Osuna's been the star of camp, so it's always a possibility. But yeah, Carter has plenty of options. He's got all his options. So if for some reason he struggles and they feel like they need to send him down to get some better ABs or work on something, you could definitely see him move down to do that. All right. This morning was the first time I actually got to talk to Pilar. He's a really nice guy. You can read into things as you want, but, John Gray's a big leaguer. He's got Jonah Heim catching him. Kumar, everyone's wondering if he makes the team or not, but Barnhart's catching him, and he's probably going to be the AAA catcher.
That's actually a good problem to have when that Kumar is going to make the major league team. That's a rarity in this organization.
They've got about 9 starters, that could.
And Dunning's going to be a long man. Yeah, they got plenty of.
Well, Dunning's one of them. You got Cody Bradford.
Yeah.
But I think Bradford, he's going to make the team. Jack Leiter and Bradford will both make the team. Where they are, whether they're rotation pieces, one of them's rotation and one of them's long man, I don't know. Bradford's come out of the bullpen before. So is Jack a little bit, but Jack's...
I thought they were going to try Gray and bullpen though.
No, so that actually kind of broke on our show because there had been a little talk, and we talked to Gray, and he said, I could probably transition pretty quick. He goes, it's interesting, but nobody's ever approached me about it and all of that. Well, now to this date, no one's ever approached him about it. So the thing is, you got to remember, you got DeGrom coming back, but he has not pitched a lot. So his innings, he can't go 200 innings. I mean, he's probably looking at 150 where you'd be happy with. But awful, I know you're saying that, but that question's come up between whether Jack Leiter or Bradford is that 5th starter, and they both will make the team. But they're higher on Jack staying in the rotation if he can, and he's been lights out. But so's Bradford. It's a nice problem to have.
Yeah, previous years is what AAA pitcher is going to be your 4th
Yeah.
and 5th starter.
Yeah. now this is the first year in a long time where somebody's not going to make the team,
That's a major league.
and that's a major leaguer, and they're going to go down and be in the AAA rotation. Well, it'll be somebody with options, so that's why Kamar's probably the most likely guy.
I love it. See, he just framed the pitch he didn't catch.
You what?
He just framed the pitch he dropped.
Yeah, Dunning is really likely to be a long guy. He's not going to make the rotation.
He was working out with the relief pitchers.
Huh?
Dunning was working out with the relief pitchers.
His wife's pregnant. They're about to have their second kid. So Dunning, Bradford, and Leiter will have. They'll be needed because there'll be some times this year they're just going to piggyback off some guys like, there may be a day that DeGrom, they just flat tell him you're going 70 pitches today, and it might be a month into the season. We're not going to let you go out there and go 100. Just go 70 today, and they'll piggyback someone off of it, just so he keeps in his rotation, keeps going. But they're not wearing his arm down, saving it. But I know if DeGrom feels good, he's going to want to stay in and want to play. That's what he's told everybody. Yeah, Adrian Hauser's been really good. You got some out here today?
How are you, brother? It's good to see you. See you. How's everything going?
Good, really good. A couple of these yours, but you're.
No, I'm headed over there to watch a couple AAA umpires work at the big league stadium
Work at the
today.
big
but
one?
I just happened to see they were working here, so I thought I'd stop by. I don't even know who's working. How you doing?
Good, doing real good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Rich that you got his info now. If you need Rich Rice.
Yeah.
So I told him I gave him your info. He was like, good. He needed to have it.
Yeah.
So that's the inside scoop. I'm mid to the majors. You're into AAA.
It's not a scoop. I'm just saying that's a possibility. Believe me, Mike. See, it's
That's your
good to see
prediction.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying it's prediction. I'm just saying that's been
The way things are going.
That's things that can be discussed. Yeah. No, Dan, I can't go live for an A game because that's actually in the minor league stadium and it's a big league game, and MLB doesn't allow it, even though they're not going to have a broadcast. Natalie, Jack's probably going to make the big league team, so he won't be called up. He'll just be either fifth man in the rotation or he'll be a long guy in the bullpen. Yeah, it's a silly rule, but MLB is very tight about that. So they're real strict, and it's all their content. So they do put out where like media outlets can go and get clips and videos at the end of the night. They'll download them onto a site that the media can get it. But no, we can't. Only the broadcasts with the teams that have the broadcast rights can do the games live. I might try to sneak around and get some video of it, and then I could post it later. I just can't do it live. Hey, just to give you all a heads up, so Kumar will come out for one more inning supposedly, and if he does, I'm pretty sure that's it. And if Gray doesn't come out, I'll probably cut it then. Awful, you'll need to let us know when you're there. I usually at the first game of every series, sometimes two games, but when you're at a game, just follow me on Twitter at Recliner Nerd. Let me know you're there. I'll usually try to come down and say hi. Natalie, no, they haven't decided yet, but from the way things are falling now, it looks like both Cody and Jack are competing. Cody Bradford and Jack Leiter are competing for the fifth spot, technically fourth spot, because we know that DeGrom's going to be the fifth starter just because of how they're playing it out. And whoever doesn't really looks like they're going to make the team and be the long person out of the bullpen. So both should be on the major league squad, I think, opening day. Yeah, Jim Knox is going to do some stuff with Rangers.Nation. They worked out something where they're doing a little fan interaction and fun stuff. I was asking what's his name about it that runs that. Harry, for sure, if you come to a game, just let us know when you're coming. And Jeff's usually at every one of them, but sometimes I can get him to sneak out of the bullpen. I mean, out of the press box, but I certainly can, for sure. Love to come out and meet you. It's a good question on Busby. I have no clue. By the time I got in, 2019 was my first year in the press box, and Busby was gone. So I've never met him, and I don't know him, so I'm not sure what he's doing. Harry, go to Twitter. I don't know if you're on Twitter, or leave a message here. But on Twitter, I'm at Recliner Nerd, and just follow me, and you can send me a message that way, and then just message me and let me know, and we could do it that way. Rocker's on his third inning right now, and it's scoreless. He's been scoreless.
But they had to drive Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, and Evan Carter through here. And we also missed Sinan. We don't know where he was over here. Because everybody was watching. Everybody was watching. That might have been
A lot of guys have talent. Or ingenuity.
Work ethic.
What?
Yeah, if you guys heard me talking to Mike a while ago that came up, he's an umpire. He's one of the bosses of umpires, and that's what he's out checking them out. He's working the big league game. He's got guys that he's watching there, and he just came out here, and I met him the other day, and that's who I was talking to. His name is Mike Everett. You can Google him. He's had some pretty interesting games that he's had some controversies and stuff. But Mike Everett.
Rocker's left sitting.
Yeah, you see that?
Sorry?
There's a lighter sitting out there watching. In between the stands. Look at him standing there against the railing. You see him? There he goes. He's just walking by.
I keep calling you
That lighter.
What was that?
Jack Leiter.
Oh, that's it looks different. Looks young.
It's Tyler Bernhardt.
You're down. Jack Ladder?
Looks like John Gray's coming out for another inning.
I think it's last year ago. But I don't have a Kumar yet.
Yeah. Henry got my stuff.
Yeah, it's actually not my job, Harry. I mean, it kind of is because I'm technically with an outlet, and I get a little bit, but it's not my full-time job. It's something that I kind of do on the side. But Jeff that's what he does. He's a full-time journalist. Everybody at DLLS are full-time journalists, but they've got. In fact, I'm maybe the only one that's kind of. They just brought me on board because of our original podcast, and they wanted to keep it because we had a little bit of a following, and so they've been real cool and kept me with them. But they give me a little something. But I'm not a full-time journalist, but yeah, it's really cool. I'm very lucky and just in the right place at the right time that I get to do this. It's really neat. Don't think I don't appreciate it. I don't know if Kamar's going to go again. I thought they told me
Is he,
that.
so is he on that side? So
Yeah,
I'm
he's over
I'm
here.
gonna position myself to see if I can get an autograph.
He may not sign on his pitch day. They kind of they'll have a meeting. They'll have a meeting. I'm not saying that he won't. I don't know, and I don't.
Okay, I'll
But-
just keep an eye out.
Yeah. Yeah, Miguel, we talked to Chris Young about that yesterday, and he had an interesting story. He remembered when him and when he had first got traded from the Rangers to the Padres, and actually Bochy was his manager. That spring, he couldn't get anybody out. He was just having struggles and couldn't get anybody out. He ended up having a great season. He said it's just Rocker's start to the season. It's just he's just been barely missing, just been a little off. And when you're getting balls called and you're having to come back over the plate, you know, when they're waiting on it, you tend to get barrels on it like that. But they're not concerned at all. But it was interesting to hear him talk about it. And here he is today. He's pitched 3 scoreless so far.
Is this Instagram?
No, that's on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel. I have an Instagram. I need to know how to use it. Everybody's going to that. I've got Twitter is where I do a lot of my stuff, or X, or
Wherever it is.
yeah. But I have like 44,000 people on Instagram, but I don't know how they got there or where they came from. My kids helped me set it up. It's the same handle as it's at Recliner, but I've started trying to put I put some new reels on there from our show. Like we had Mark Church on yesterday, and so we got some clips. I'll put some reels out there. I'm learning how to do that. So it's the day and age of social media. So
But you're saying Church probably make the team this year?
I think he will. I think he's look. They signed a bunch of relievers who got major league deals.
Yeah.
And I think there's 6 of them. So you got to look at guys with options, and he's one that can be optioned to AAA. And you got to look those last 2 spots in the bullpen. Are they going to do long relievers? Or are they going to do leverage guys, which I call leverage? That's late inning guys. Because your closer is probably Chris Martin or like Luke Jackson, who's closed before. But we had Luke Jackson on 2 weeks ago.
That's kind of a scary. Well, they're good pitchers, but I don't know if they have the if they're.
Well, both of them had closed a lot of games. But you remember the year they went to the World Series, the guy that saved the most games that year was Will Smith, who was not supposed to be their closer. So bullpen's never been a worry for them. You can go get a bullpen piece.
Right.
Is Kamara going back out? That may be it, guys. Let's see who's going to the mound. Nope, that's it, guys. That looks like that's Webb going to the mound right now. Guys, I appreciate everybody on here. I'm going to knock it down now.